Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome, Offbeat Motors. So normally I do a lot of car video type content stuff and some photography stuff mixed into there because those are two of my passions. Um, Now if you're like me and you are into cars and anything really with a engine that goes vroom or moves or whatever, including motorcycles, boats, four-wheelers, snowmobiles, if you're in one of the snow regions, whatever it may be, good chances are you're into all that. Well, there's another thing that I'm going to try to get into. It's piqued my interest, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's relatively inexpensive, so it's something you guys could do as well. I'm not sure how this whole thing's going to work out because I've never done this before, but I did purchase something that is on its way, and it's going to be delivered by UPS today. So I'm just waiting for it to get here. We're going to do an unboxing, and we're going to talk about what it is, and then I got to learn how to use it. A little backstory. My daughter was here for a couple of weeks, and with her, she brought one of those hoverboard things. Well, after a couple of days of her being here, she taught my wife and I how to ride them, and we thought it would be cool if we could all ride together. So we went ahead and we purchased two more hoverboards, the same ones that she had, so we all had the same one, just different colors. So we would go out riding and stuff as a family. It was pretty cool. All three of us go out riding and stuff. We were known as the Hoverboard Gang. But I started watching some other videos on YouTube about another product that piqued my interest, and the more and more I watched the videos and reviews and stuff on this particular product, the more and more I got interested in it. So I had some money left over from some Hot Wheels sales that I had, and I decided to say, screw it. Sitting at home, not really any place you can go. May as well get this and learn how to use it and possibly have some fun. And I think you guys would enjoy it too. Forewarning, there's a possibility of breaking some bones if you don't use this thing properly or know what you're doing. So if that's piqued your interest, make sure you stay tuned, and let's wait for the UPS guy to show up. Well, there it is. UPS showed up, and it's finally here. I ordered this late Sunday night. Here it is Thursday, so it didn't take very long to get here. It came from California. But let's open the box and see what's inside. Remember, it's not the size of the knife. It's how sharp the knife is. See if I can do this without breaking my table. So there it is. Not exactly sure 100% how to pronounce the name of this brand, but it's something along the lines of Lycaon. I've heard it a few different ways, but I'm going to call it Lycaon. It's probably wrong, I don't know. But this is a Lycaon board. So what exactly is a Lycaon board? Well, it's an electric skateboard. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got. Oh, look at that. Isn't she pretty? Oh. Let's put this out of the way real quick. And that's the box of stuff. Alright, so there's the board, and let's see what we got in here. Get the controller, which we'll go over this. You get a safety light, which I believe is going to attach to the trucks on the rear, or the truck on the rear. Give you the tools for the trucks. A couple Allen wrenches. These are, I believe these are covers for the rear wheels. You can take the ones that are on it off that have the logo and put these on it. And I heard some people say that they believe that this helps the motors run cooler because this is a dual motor board. It is not belt driven. So I may or may not use those, I don't know. Cable to charge, I'm presuming, yeah, the cable to charge the remote. And when you order this, you have the option of 2 chargers. You can get the standard charger, which takes like 8 hours, I think 6 to 8 hours, I believe, something like that. Or you can get, for $50, a upgraded fast charger, which does it in like 4 hours. That's what I went with. I went with the fast charger. So that's everything in there. And of course, you gotta have the owner's manual. So, let's go over the specs of the board. Okay, so this particular board, straight from their website, it's supposedly supposed to be able to have up to 26 mile an hour top speed. The deck is made out of Canadian maple, so it should have some pretty good flex, but still be stuff enough to make for a comfortable riding board. The battery, it's a 270 watt battery, 36 volt. Like I said earlier, it feeds the dual rear motors. Each motor is rated at 480 watts. It has about 6 newton meters of torque. It's able to climb about a 30% grade. And this is the deck, like I said, it's Canadian maple. It's an 8-ply. I forgot to mention that. And overall, it weighs about 18.9 pounds. Maximum capacity on this particular board is 220 pounds. I'm just under 180, so I fit the bill perfectly for that. The charging time is 3 to 4 hours with the fast charger that I mentioned that I got. If you get the regular charger, which doesn't cost you any extra, and we'll go over price in a minute, it's 5 to 6 hour charge. But I decided to go with the fast charger. It was only $50 more. The range of this particular board is, they're claiming anywhere from 15 to 25 miles an hour. And the reason they give you a 10 mile an hour range difference is because they can't control the environment it's in, they can't control how it's being used, they can't control the weight of the person. All these things have to be factored in. So anywhere from 15 to 25 miles of range is if you fall within that, then you're hitting what this board's supposed to do. I'm going to end up doing a range test to see how far I can go. And I'm not sure exactly what mode I'm going to be in. Speaking of modes, this particular, it's not, I got to charge it still, but this particular board has a few different modes. You have low, medium, high, and I think high plus. That's how fast the board's going to go and how fast it's going to accelerate. So basically how much torque it's going to put to the wheels right off the line and how far you're going to basically go in speed. So imagine if you go to the high plus, that's how you're going to get to the maximum speed of possibly hitting 26 miles an hour. Now, one of the other things about this is that it also has multiple braking modes, high, medium, and low, which means if you're on the lowest setting and you're going along at full blast and you hit the pull back on the throttle, it's going to take longer to stop the board. It's going to be a more gentle braking and stopping, as if you had it on high. High is going to be a lot quicker. So basically just as it says. Now, the other thing is, I've never ridden a board like this before. I've ridden skateboards. I used to have a skateboard. In fact, my stepbrother Jeremy gave me my very first skateboard when I was a kid. It was a black board, and on the bottom side of it, I had my father paint some flames on it. I learned how to ride on that. I never ever learned how to do tricks, so I'm not going to be doing tricks or anything like this, even though some people do perform tricks on electric skateboards. My main thing is I just want to be able to ride it around town and whatnot, and just have some fun with it like that. The wheels are replaceable. I believe the battery's replaceable too. And when you get into actually riding the board, it is recommended that you adjust the trucks to your setting. So you ride it a little bit and you can adjust the trucks to basically firm up or loosen the trucks depending upon how you want it to feel. And it's also going to help you with turning, and otherwise known as carving. Now, one of the things to note about this compared to some of the other brands that I was researching is how these motors are attached, or the batteries itself, how they're attached to the board. A lot of the cheaper boards go with a plastic housing. It's a rather really tough plastic, or it's metal. I don't have anything magnetic on me. I already test it. But that's going to help if you start bottoming out, hitting things and whatnot. It's going to help protect the battery. The other thing that's really good about this board compared to others is when they mount it to the actual deck, they have the seal, which helps prevent water from getting inside the battery and destroying the electronics on both ends. So that's really important, and that's going to help protect the board. I probably wouldn't go full bore out in a rainstorm or anything like that, but it will help protect if you happen to hit a puddle or something that's unavoidable. Now, one of the advantages about getting a board that has electric motors in the hubs as opposed to belt driven, from what I understand, you can still push this board if you run out of juice, so you're not stranded. I guess some of the belt driven boards, although they're probably a little smoother, I don't think you can push this as well as you can with these, from what I've seen. Now, it's pretty decent, hefty board. It's not like I said, a skateboard that's nice and light and everything. It's not meant for that. I guess this would be considered a long board. This particular model is called the GR, and the R does stand for range. So you get a little more range out of this as opposed to their standard board. Now, one of the things you're probably wondering most is how much does this particular board cost? Well, right now, I don't know how long this is going to be. This board is actually on sale. It's usually $599, but right now they're doing a $200 off, which is the only reason why I bought it, and I did pay for it. This is not sponsored or anything like that. So all of this is going to be my own opinion, and it's not going to be dictated by anybody but myself. I paid $399. And like I said, I did upgrade to the fast charger because I wanted the ability to charge this anywhere from 3 to 4 hours so I can get some more ride time out of it. So I know a lot of the boards out there, the really good ones, they can surpass $1,000 real easily, and I was not willing to pay that. I wanted to try this out. I don't have sponsors or anything like that, so I had to be frugal on how I did this, and this is, I guess, a relatively new company. I think they came out last year or something like that. So there wasn't a lot of videos on this particular board. I watched a lot of videos on like boosted boards and what's the other one, Mopo or Mo something, or I don't know what they are, but there's a bunch of different boards out there on the market. Best thing I can say to you is do your research. Don't just buy the first one you come across. Look at reviews, see what everybody's saying about them, and go for those reviews where people actually paid for it, because those are going to be the most honest reviews, which I'm hoping I'm going to give you, and you're going to trust me in what I say. And it's what I say may actually help you out. If you hear some scratching, that's my dog trying to get out the door because he wants to go out on the balcony. Probably to bark at another dog, so he's not going out there. But I'm going to go ahead and get this thing all plugged in and get this all charged up. And I'm going to test this out once it's all fully charged. I'm not going to go full bore at it because I still got to get a helmet. You do need gear. I do recommend it, but I want to get some gear before I go like full on. But I want to get a little bit of riding in on this just around the parking lot here in my complex, and just to see how, you know, get my bearings with it and get used to it and whatnot, and go from there. So if you guys like this video, stay tuned. I will have a full-on review of this and how I'm making out with it. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time around.